Welcome back, guys, to the Academia Predator Alliance League 2020 Summer. This is, of course, the most awaited game I think that a lot of people have been anticipating for today. Oblation Esports from UPD versus LG Esports from Ateneo de Manila University. No, not Sapakan, social distancing. Batuhan sa Katipunan is the name of the game here. And I'm really, really excited for this game. And I know you're
Batuhan is
sweating.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
mean, you know, if I didn't decide to coach these guys in LG, I would definitely be rooting for my boys at UP right now. But man, I'm speechless.
yeah.
I
So,
just
but
can't wait for the
you've
draft to
got to
happen.
talk. You've got to talk, Frizik. I mean,
What do you
this
wanna
this
know?
this is putting you in a very interesting position, right? Like we've got to. Our co-casters have been like discussing this. This one comes from Uomi and me. If there was a fire in a building, and then it was
Oh
the
no.
UPD roster and then the LG roster, who would you save if you had to leave behind one in the fire? Which team would you save? He's thinking,
Um,
guys. He's thinking.
the first thing that came to mind was, can we just let Shamey decide instead? But
All right. Well, if we let the gods decide, it's gonna
uh,
have to be after the pick and ban.
I mean, I'm coaching LG. I gotta take them with me.
Yeah.
I can't not take them
Okay.
with me.
All right. So
So
that's okay, so that's the
yeah,
UPD
that's the
boys.
answer.
They're dead in the fire. It's all your fault.
Bye, bye guys. Bye hopes and dreams. Bye solace. Bye
Mhm.
everyone. Haven't met you. I haven't played with you Levy yet at the Credel match, but sorry, you're gonna burn.
Thanks for leaving your fire. But this is indeed a hot and spicy game. Ablation Esports, let's get into the draft. Kassadin banned away immediately from ADMU, and that is definitely something that Yobel is proficient with. It's very scary on that. Of course, Bard banned against Alto. Not very surprising. If you put Alto on a high impact support, you can expect to have a tough time bot side. So looking at the picks and bans though, are you expecting anything to be prioritized to be taken out of the table by either of these teams?
Next ban is gonna be probably. I'm pretty sure LG's gonna be banning Graves. I mean, I've talked to my boys at LG. They've planned for this draft, so I can kind of infer what they're gonna be picking and banning, but I don't want to spoil anything right now. There you go, Graves being
Being
banned. So
banned away. It is something
I,
it has been banned away against Levi, but he hasn't had the opportunity to play it so far. Volibear banned away from LG Esports. Not very surprising. Very high impact jungler, super popular just from the statistics. This is looking to be quite the spicy game just from the pick and ban, just from the bans that they're having. It's telling us what they're prioritizing. The Ezreal.
interesting pick here. I think it's gonna be a Galio ban for LG as their last ban. I want to talk a bit about this Bard ban actually.
Yeah.
Um, this is a respect ban definitely for Alto because he's known for his very proficient roaming. And right now LG, maybe probably their weak point is that. Oh, it's a Nidalee ban. I'm surprised that they decided to ban Nidalee, but
I
okay,
mean,
taking away that from Levy, we do know that Levy is a Levi or Levy is a really smart jungler, so it's a decent ban from LG.
and yeah, in Italy, very hard, a very difficult jungler to make effective use of. But yeah, in the hands of Levi, that's definitely something that you might have to ban out. Of course, banning away the Graves, banning away the Lily means that these very fast clear junglers are off the table as well. High damage as well. Caitlyn, you said that the one of the trifecta taken out. The Caitlyn, if it is prioritized here, and it's a very safe AD carry overall.
Right,
And
so kind of want to say this was within the predictions
oh,
of the preparation of LG, and this is also what they prepared for. This Caitlyn first pick Ash is the answer. LG right now want to be taking away proactive tools from Oblation Esports.
yeah.
And that overlaps with Ash being a really good comfort pick for their AD carry, Hakao. So, good answer right now from them. Second pick, we'll have to see what they decide to secure. It's the Karma. So, high prio support right now. Even though Karma did get nerfed recently, still a really good pickup. She can she really adds to the overall power of whatever comp
It's a lot of
LG
utility that's
because
also
of her
very
utility.
usable
Yeah.
in terms of the way you use it. Also, it's taking away the karma from Alto, which is something that he's shown to be very scary on. 2 games on the karma so far in Alliance League, and both times have been quite high impact. The Galio will the banned out. You predicted that they would potentially ban LG would potentially ban Galio here. They did not ban Galio, and Oblation Esports picks up the pace and takes the Galio at this point in the game. And Maokai for Krindle. Uh, I think there's not much to say about Krindle's Maokai. It's consistent. It's consistent. He does his job there in the top side, and I like the throttle pickup here for LG against this Galio Maokai.
Yeah, I'm surprised that UPD decided to pick this Maokai right away because he could just get countered by this Trundle. But I like what you said. Having two beefy boys in the front is something that you cannot discount. Definitely. So I expect LG here to be banning out top laners that no junglers that can synergize well with this Galio. So that's one Jarvan. We do know Jarvan Galio is a really potent combination. So that's a good ban. Let's see what the answer to this.
There. As for Oblation, what would LG be looking from this comp that Oblation might want to have watch out for and ban out?
Sorry, can you repeat that, Hiron? I didn't really
What
get
would
you there.
Oblation Esports? Okay, they're obviously banning out Yobel first here. What would Oblation Esports want to ban out here? Looking at LG's comp so far for their second.
Top and mid. So I mean, Azir is a good ban. I've seen Yobel play Azir. He's really good. Maybe a top lane ban. Wukong is still open for France. It's his comfort pick. But in terms of win rate, we haven't really seen a really significantly skewed towards the positive side win rate for his Wukong.
Still though, it's hard to ban out Franz because he's picked up quite a lot. He plays Wukong, Renekton, Mordekaiser. Could even play the Urgot in French case. Veigar banned away against Yobel. We have seen Veigar picked a few times in Alliance League. They haven't worked quite well, but maybe in hand with Yobel it would have been terrifying.
I'm telling you guys now, Yobel's gonna pick something spicy for mid lane.
So I'm gonna have to see for this. We have to wait for the very last pick of this draft to see that surprise Yobel pick up. Wukong, as you said, Franz very proficient on that champion. Could face off against that Maokai very, very respectively here. And Oblation Esports are gonna have to go pick the last 2 champions to round off their comp here. They only have 2 beefy boys. They have a safe, consistent marksman. This Kha'Zix is the pickup here for Oblation.
Ooh, Blitzcrank. I really like this.
Oh, yes. I want to see Alto on a Blitzcrank. It was banned away in one game where he could have picked it up.
Oh,
fresh. Come on, give us the spicy Blitzcrank here.
I actually really wanted to see that Blitzcrank being locked in from Alto.
But fresh, it's not too bad. I mean, it does offer more well-rounded utility to the team. This Thresh, and combined with the Galio and the Maokai, it makes for a lot of space here for Yobu on this Caitlyn. Let's see what this Yobel pick is bringing to the table. Anivia.
Yes, it is probably gonna be this Anivia, and this is a good answer to Galio because I mean Galio doesn't really have much of aggression early. It's the pressure coming from him is more of wave pressure, so that just leaves Anivia free to farm under the tower early on. But when when Anivia is 6, that's it. That's when she can basically match or even outpace the wave pushing of Galio. So these 2 team comps, they have very clear win conditions, but 2 different win conditions at the same time. So, Hiron, what do you think? Who do you think has the better team comp?
Looking at it, it's quite even. But I think what tips me for this is just Oblation Esports. I believe in Oblation Esports. Despite Paulus not being on a super high impact carry mid laner, I feel like this is Oblation. This is something that's Oblation not in the bag, but I do favor them slightly here because this comp from LG Esports is quite respectable as well. The Nivea pick is just very effective against this Galio. And I know you're rooting for LG here, but that's what we think. Let's see what Shamey thinks. You know, you mentioned earlier, let Shamey decide uh, who might get left in the burning building. Uh, but we'll have to see because the hedgehog knows.
The hedgehog knows that. Oh,
Oh,
is he getting? Is she
maybe.
getting dropped onto the wheel? Uh,
Like, we're gonna
not
have to
sure.
see.
Oh, this is taking a while.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is taking a
Oh,
while. So you guys
I
should make
like
some noise
how
in the chat.
Shavy
Oh,
gets dropped into.
LG.
Oh, wow.
Clear
Okay.
LG, immediate LG pickup here for Shamey. So the
Shavy
Ateneo
buffs.
squad's getting the Shamey buffs for today. What do you guys think? Make some noise in the chat. Hashtag OBL win for UPD or hashtag LG win for ADMU with the official hashtag Globe Prepaid Virtual Hangouts, and you'll get a chance to win Garena shells for those new skins coming out. And yeah, and this is chat rallies happening until until 5 minutes into the game. So uh, share the stream with your friends, share it with your family, get your friends to get in here, support the team. So let's make this community thrive because this is going to be a very, very spicy game.
Spicy game indeed, and right now, Hyron, I'm just really praying that when it comes to late game, LG France doesn't decide to just dive the backline by himself. That's all I'm praying for.
Yes, that's like the fear here. But we have
That's my
a
fear.
minute or so before the game actually starts here, which gives us a little bit of time to talk. Like you've worked with Oblation Esports coach before, obviously, Coach Red. And you've been coaching LG Esports for this Alliance League, Predator Alliance League summer. And looking at it, there's some similarity. You see a lot of a little bit of similarities in how these teams play, like how they prioritize the macro. But what do you think is like the where the divergence from these coaching styles, your coaching style and Coach Red's coaching style? What do you think is like the defining difference there?
Mm, for Coach Red, whenever he trains his teams, he has this style of somewhat uh, trying to spot the weaknesses of his teams by putting the players on uncomfortable picks, that sort of thing. So he kind of the power to decide what the draft will come out as. It rests on his hands really most of the time. But I tend to like a more flexible hold on my team. So I can let them draft for themselves, but when it comes to preparation for the drafts, of course that's where I uh, kind of contribute in terms of input. So I kind of want to foster independence a bit more, I guess I would say,
A little
in
bit
terms of
more hands off, yet still with a guiding hand is the style here for
yeah.
LG Esports with Oblation. It's really drilling in, find the weaknesses, address those weaknesses as efficiently as possible. So that's really interesting. Looking into the coaching styles for Oblation and LG, and let's see how this game plays out. As you said, LG they need to win this because if OBL wins this, if UPD wins this, that's going to be 4-0 with FIT in second seed. And that's going to be heartbreaking for LG and for you. But we'll see. Both of these teams have had players that have shown in their games here so far in Alliance League. Like it's only been a few games, like three previous games. Well, let's look at the score. Yeah, three previous games in Alliance League, but it have already shown so much potential, so much growth. And I'm really excited to see how this all plays out as we load onto Summoner's Rift for our second game, only our second game for today. Predator Alliance League 2020 Summer, UPD Oblation Esports versus ADMU LG Esports. Make some noise in the chat. Hashtag OBL win or hashtag LG win, but always with a hashtag Globe Prepaid Virtual Hangouts. Up until 5 minutes into the game, let's get right into this.
Yeah, straight wall being shown by both teams. Actually, Yobu decides to ward out that Tri Brush instead for the bot lane, and trade for that Pixel Brush being warded by LG on the bottom side of the map. Two wards being expended early for LG, but I expect Julie to come in with a sweeping lens, so he does. And not much happening right now before laning phase officially starts.
Yeah, basically calm before the storm. I'm really liking the matching color for this mid lane here. Both of them on those bright orange, and really, I think that reflects a lot on this matchup that we have for today, UPD versus Admu. Both of them really hungry for this win.
Yeah, in terms of focus, I am a bit surprised that Levi is starting bot side because I think this Caitlyn needs to really scale up and get some ganks going for her. Come late game, she's really gonna be the only source of reliable damage. So I expect UP to uh, give a lot more focus to their bottom lane. But right now, seems like it's gonna be top focus for both teams.
Perhaps France is really something that UPD is very wary of on that Wukong. After all, uh, with this very safe Caitlyn, Wukong has a lot of ways to just bypass straight up Crindle and Solace, and I think that's one thing that they're keeping track of potentially. So let's see, Levi just goes for what he's gonna go for in top side here. Of course, this Julie on his trundle going for a full clear. Just wants to farm up as much as possible and get a high impact gank possibly with a pillar.
Yeah, so good spot out there from Yobel. He was able to see where the Kha'Zix was. So jungler being tracked is definitely key for both of these teams. UPD does not know where Julie is right now, but they could infer that he's on the top side. Seems like Levi is deciding to go for a reverse full clear right now. So both junglers will not be converging. Early game will probably decide to take the scuttle for opposite sides of the map.
Yeah, nothing too much happening, but already moves are being made, if ever so subtly, for these two teams. Just really setting up for just to crack open this early game here. It's going to be doubly important here for UPD on Levi. Really wants to get those kills early, or at least get a lot of farm if that's not possible. But this Kha'Zix would really appreciate getting really good ganks in early.
Yeah, that's another thing for UPD's Oblation Esports team comp. If this Kha'Zix gets early kills to his name, what he did against FIT, I think early game he managed to get an early 2-0 and he just snowballed basically. So if UPD can manage to do that too in this game versus LG, then that's definitely one of the checks for as far as win condition is concerned.
Very difficult though with the comp that LG has picked up. Of course, Yobel's going to be playing very, very safe. Does not want to be vulnerable. Oh, that is going to be an immediate cleanse on that death sentence to make sure that they do not give any kills early. That is going to be the cleanse though. Thankfully, not the flash for Hakao.
Yeah, definitely. This is within kill potential range right now. 2/3 HP on this Ash. The hook lands, but
Way not gonna come
okay.
through.
Right.
Would have been into the traps, but I think that was playing with too much fire with the minions there. Still, very even. Both of these teams, they're not just waiting for an opportunity. They're actively moving around these junglers, very efficiently clearing these camps, making sure that when there is an opportunity, there's nothing else being lost in their own camps here.
Yeah, looks like the bot lane of Oblation Esports is going to be the first pair to pull the back timer trigger right now. Getting a good buy. Probably a BF sword, yeah, for Caitlyn, which is definitely great. Slow push coming in for France though. on the top lane. He has secured a small CS lead for himself, but it'll be balanced out eventually by Grindel on this Maokai.
Kind of running low on mana at this point, but he does have the capability to clear this. Franz making sure that he can't just do that willy-nilly. A little bit of trading here and there. Arcane Smash coming through. But yeah, so far, slow-paced, calm game. But that this is the calm before the storm. These teams are preparing, and Julie here looking to at least get some vision deep into UPD's blue side jungle. Lots of pings coming around.
Yeah, and ping coming onto the dragon as well. Uh, Levi can probably opt to try and take this dragon if he wants because Trundle is on the opposite of the side of the map, and I think Oblation does know this, and seems like they are going to be not starting, probably gonna take the scuttle first to secure some movement speed buffs for themselves later.
Yeah, that shrine is going to be very important here to maneuver, and that is going to be okay. I was scared that Franz there would be taking turret shots while he was grasped, while he was rooted here by Krynel, but seems like it's just even so far. Krynel getting dangerously low on mana, but the thing here that UPD is that this Drake isn't being contested, so there's no pressure on him to go for a get into a good position to TP. First neutral objective going to UPD here, but the gold lead still very much even. Let's see if UPD presses this by invading onto ADMU. Good call here, I think, coming in from UPD.
Yeah, definitely. I like this call for UPD. They know that their strength right now is on the bot side of the map, and they managed to push that pressure by securing that blue buff for themselves. And good news for LG though. Even though UPD manages to secure that first break, that means it's not going to be an Ocean Soul later on, which would highly benefit Oblation Esports.
Yeah, that's like just imagine Yobu with that much kind of sustain in the middle of the fights, and when they're like disengaging and going for those pokes, it's gonna be very tough here. But I think next, I can't see Drake Pit right now, but yeah, so far still quite slow paced. Both of these teams, just waiting for, just trying to make an opportunity here, and
Yeah. And Julie right now, in the bottom side of the map, I think that they would like to make a play possibly utilize the enchanted crystal arrow of Ash once Ash does turn 6, so it's gonna be on Hakaw to pull the trigger on that, but we'll have to wait and see. Seems like Julie opts to actually clear the top side camps now. And Ping's question mark Ping coming onto the Rift Herald. Let's see if Alto decides to roam top right now. He might decide to do so, but right
yeah,
now decides to just clear a ward on the bot side river.
already moving around the map, which is very standard here for Alto. And that is going to be Levi finding each other there on the top side. So that's intel for both of these teams. They're both eyeing this Drift Herald because it's just with the game going pretty even so far. This could be their opportunity to open up the map, potentially mid lane. It's going to be tough here though. Krindle pushing into Franz at this point. He does have those defensive items to make sure that Franz is the one being pressured in this top side. Rift Herald being started. Lots of damage coming through. Alto is here as well. Kellogg kind of behind on the initiative here, and that is going to be another big neutral objective in the hands of UPD. Slow and steady, and yet still, they're taking these objectives.
Yep, that is true. But this is to be expected. They do have the Galio early game, and Anivia has yet to scale. Caitlyn can hold her own too. And Thresh definitely has a lot of pick potential, so not too surprised that UPD was able to take this Herald for themselves right now. So ball right now in the court of UPD, but something I'd actually like to talk a bit about is, you know, both Yobu and Hakaw, these two AD carries, this would probably be their last split playing for competitive collegiate league. Next year they're not gonna be able to do so. They're both graduating. So whoever, you know, gets through to the playoffs from this group, I don't know. It's a big thing for these players,
Yeah,
definitely. So
and I think that's also factoring in how they're playing carefully. And they're really trying, like, everything that's been happening so far is like within the curve, right? Like UPD getting the Drake, getting the Rift Herald because of, as you said, uh, because of the Galio pressure with the hero's entrance. But nothing out of the ordinary, nothing unexpected has happened in this game so far. And I think ADMU is comfortable giving away those early rather than trying to contest that and potentially giving UPD a bigger lead.
Looks like Solis is looking for a play right now on the top side, possibly. But France, I think Yobel's like France wala Galio, wala Galio. He's kind of pulling back from that because
Yeah,
that happens a lot. I've watched them practice, of course, LG, so can kind of infer what's going on in their comms right now. But the second Drake is gonna be spawning in less than a minute, so let's see if LG decides to contest right now. They have not really reached their optimal power spikes yet, so
yeah, definitely not.
wondering. So
That is gonna be Kryndall though, dealing quite a lot of damage onto Franz. Those two cloth armors, the drip basically on the side of Kryndall, letting him push this monkey out of the lane, and this is gonna be quite an important, yeah, definitely an important Drake at this point. It is gonna be Infernal Drake, so that means that the soul will either be Cloud or Mountain. That is gonna be Levi dealing a lot of damage. Immediate cleanse here, but the play still comes through. Julie from the back as well, taking a lot of damage from Yobu. Has to be careful here. Crits coming onto Kellogg. Levi is in a very dangerous spot. Hero's entrance will be there for the assist. No kills coming through, but this is Julie very, very low. He is popping that pot, but this Drake, Infernal Drake, is going to be a quick take for UPD if ADMU doesn't try and contest this.
yeah, it's gonna be hard though for UPD to probably secure this because Galio doesn't have his ult anymore.
Yeah,
And
no more ulti.
Anivia is about to secure this blue buff for himself, and
And
he
Kryndall's
does.
only about to walk in. This Infernal Drake dealing a lot of damage onto Alto. This is going to be a dance for the Drake with UPD. They're the ones below half HP here. It's going to be very, very tough, but they're still dancing around it. Kryndall is now here. Something to Rift Herald just makes force the hand, force the issue here. It is going to be the Ninja Craft to try and get it, but from behind, Franz going into the back line, chasing down Yobu and ADMU. They're tearing away at UPD. No kills just yet. Kryndall will be the target. Can they finish off the kill onto this Treant? Not yet, but it is going to be Arrow finding its mark onto Kryndall. It's going to be one kill on the side of ADMU, but the Infernal Drake being secured by UPD means that I think this is going to be ending up quite even.
Yeah, so Drake for kill right now. It's an okay trade given that ADMU has yet to reach their boiling point in terms of item spikes. But I think things are going to start ramping up right now for Yobel on this Anivia once he manages to get his rod and Archangel staff.
Olivia here, Winds of War dealing quite a bit of damage. And it's going to be Levi chasing Julie out, getting a solo kill with a clean invade onto this Trundle. And UPD, they seem to be very proactive. They want to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's very true. And right now, though, I mean, nothing too big manifesting
Yeah, like
in
the
terms
gold
of
lead.
neutral. Yeah, the gold lead definitely. But I mean, once France gets his Bork, Blade of the Ruin King, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to match this Maokai in terms of push. So if you look at it in that sense, if it becomes a 4v4 for LG and UPD taking away the top lane, I think I have to give it to the team comp of LG because Maokai not
Potentially.
being there, it's gonna be really hard for Galio to just be the sole frontline, and he's not really a dedicated frontline champion.
Yeah, and it's not like you can just leave this Wukong alone as well. But yeah, Yobel blocking away that Justice Punch with the wall means that that's definitely a long time that Galio is inside that ulti.
Yeah, and next Rift Herald is soon to be spawning. Looks like it's a full team rotation coming in from LG, and they do know that Yobu is stuck there in the bot lane. So, in terms of being the first there, definitely LG is the one on the front foot.
Yeah, they have the initiative here.
Really
Grindel, though, I think he's in a quite
Grindel.
dangerous spot. He is super tanky, but Levi is going to get knocked up here by
Ooh,
the
that's a
opponent, and that Grindel. That's a juicy kill. Could get another from Levi as well, but I think they're going to be satisfied just getting this Rift Herald. They definitely could not give that up to UPD. That would just open up the mid lane, and this is going to be Rift Herald taken by ADMU, their first neutral objective. Big neutral objective, and they're definitely going to pivot this into something big in the next few minutes.
Yeah, and my eye though is on the bot lane tower because this definitely gives Yobu some space to farm up, get some. Oh, actually, platings have already been deactivated, but it looks like he's gonna be able to take down this first tower. Yeah, he is actually. So that's
a Trundle. Oh yeah, there's not enough time. And look at that, those minions just cucking this Rift Herald as well for a while. And yeah, first turret going to UPD. Very back and forth. It's not as explosive as we usually get in Alliance League, but the moves coming from both of these teams, no movement is wasted. When something is taken on one side of the map, there's a very clear response on the other side to trade something. Levi looking for a kill here. Kellogg might be in danger. Oh, misses the void spikes. Will that actually matter though?
nice flash.
Oh, the flash. I think Levi almost walked away from a free kill there, but the smite will secure it indeed, and that's going to be kills going to this Kha'Zix, which is what this Oblation Esports team wants. UPD, though, looking to take down this mid tower to open up the map in their favor.
Yeah, looks like Hako is gonna be caught off guard here again because of Levy.
Hero's entrance as well. Levi really going in here. Can he get the kill? That is going to be the Proto Belt finishing off the kill there. Sol is having to flash over to dodge away from Franz. Does not want to get knocked up, with the rest of ADMU will back him up. And that is going to be UPD, though. They're starting to take control. They've opened up the map. They're starting to be proactive in ADMU's jungle. Can they get more out of this?
And Levi right now, he's creating so much space for Oblation Esports with the pickoffs that he's finding. The thing with LG's team comp is they're a bit clunky because of this Anivia pick, this Ashe pick. So in terms of Levi's really making use of his mobility. I think that's the main thing, and his ability to pick off champions. But right now, there's probably going to be a fight for this Cloud Drake, and LG don't want to give this up for sure because that's going to open up the soul point for UPD.
Yes, Grindel here just in time for the fight here. There's going to be ADMU 4 on one side, and it seems like Franz will be joining them to really solidify the point. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow does miss, but Whirlwind does come through. Alto taking a lot of damage, and Franz is going to get taken down. Sniped by Yobu as well. Julie running away, but Sol is coming in with a Proto Belt. Winds of War dealing a lot of damage in this choke point. UPD, it looks like they know their priorities, securing this Cloud Drake as Solace with the Winds of War, zoning ADMU away, and UPD has soul pressure now in a 2k gold lead.
Yeah, so things are looking to lean towards Oblation Esports right now. I mean, that's 3 Drakes in their hands. LG, I'm sure they didn't expect the 3rd Drake to fall into the hands of UPD right there, but the preparation for it, I have to go back to Levi. I mean, all of these picks that he's making, successful picks for that matter, it may be, you could say that it's unrelated to the Drake take, but whenever he gets a kill that just opens up more control over that side of the map for UPD. And that time, his last pick was in bot side, so that's where the Drake was spawning. They had the opportunity to establish control over that side of the map, and I mean they're just pushing they're pushing the capabilities of their team comp right now. That's what Oblation Esports is doing.
And I think that's definitely what they are basically obligated to do. Levi needs to get these kills, otherwise this Kha'Zix pick just falls flat. But because ADMU has been face checking quite a lot in their own jungle, Levi's movements have going unnoticed into ADMU's jungle. That means he gets the freedom to try and go for those pickoffs here. And with Kellogg being only level 7 with no armor defensive items here, that's like prime real estate for this Kha'Zix. Hakao as well does have the Bork, but not quite yet able to escape from this Kha'Zix, especially since Cleanse doesn't really help that much against this bug.
Yeah, and another thing to add there, another problem that should probably. Oh my
Oh,
God,
look at
Haka.
that damage. That's immediate Crystal Arrow to try and take away Levi. But with the evolved wings, it is going to be clean in and clean out here for this Kha'Zix. Jeez.
Oh man, Levi is on a roll right now. He's just. I don't know how he's finding these picks. I mean, Haka was just right next to his tower, but he was able to find that pick off really pushing his limits right now, and it's paying off so much for Oblation Esports. And to add to that, the point that I was trying to make before that pickoff happened, Caitlyn right now 60 CS lead, 2 core items completed. That's gonna pose a really big problem as well for LG. I don't know if Anivia having 2 core items completed for herself will will be
Change the
able
tide
to
of battle.
yeah, change the tide of the battle when team fights do arise, and it's gonna
Especially
happen
if it's not
soon.
a especially if it's not a Seraph's Embrace yet. That's still not quite into that power spike of that Anivia. But yeah, if UPD can keep pressing this advantage, they do have soul pressure, and with the Drake spawning in the next few minutes, uh, Cloud Soul on this type of comp with the Kha'Zix means that Levi gets so much more space here to try and find these pickoffs, maneuvering around the map, looking for Hako and Kellogg. It's gonna be tough. There we go. Seraph's Embrace completed for Yobel.
Yeah, so um I'm just waiting right now what who is going to be Levi's next victim, but seems like they already learned from their lessons. LG, they're really not face checking much anymore, playing to the point of their pressure. Right now it's mostly concentrated on the top side. They don't want to give up this Baron, definitely. But the thing here is what when the Cloud Drake spawns next, they have to choose. What are they going to go for? Are they going to deny that soul point for Oblation? Are they going to deny that Baron for them? Are they going to be trading? What's the plan?
And they do have double Bork here to go for a neutral epic monster, but yeah, the UPD is basically putting them in a very difficult position. Lots of pings coming through for that Baron. That seems to be the next order of business for Oblation Esports. What's ADMU's response here? Because right now they're not in a position to respond to this immediately, and UPD is taking this down very, very quickly here. Enchanted Crystal Arrow is up. They need to be saving that for a potential interception of this Baron take. Teleports coming in from both teams. Will they continue to Baron? It seems like they will cancel it. Both teleports now down for the top laners. Will they continue this Baron take? So it seems like they will restart it, forcing the issue with ADMU. A little bit dangerous though. They are all in the pit. If this is a
Oh boy.
prime whirlwind for Franz, if he can get it. Julie as well coming in. Lots of damage come through from the glacial storm here, and Franz jumping in with a whirlwind, dealing a lot of damage, knocking up Yobu, but flashing away means that Levi and Yobu are able to make some space for themselves. This is going to be 2 members down for UPD, 1 member down for ADMU. That is a successful Baron cancel here for LG Esports.
Yeah, I mean, Oblation Esports. Okay, 2 things that led to that. First was the double TP. I honestly did not think France needed to TP right there because uh, he had a full 5 waves in the bot lane waiting to be taken, and I don't think Maokai was in prime position to flank. So they could have played it a bit slower, but they managed to really find. They didn't find, but Oblation Esports kind of presented themselves on a silver platter for LG right there. They were all clumped up in the Baron pit, and we all know what an Anivia ultimate that's continuously running can do to that sort of stance.
Lots of France there, doing a lot, just knocking it up, knocking UPD up, making sure that they stay within the Anivia zone. The Glacial Storm means that was definitely ADMU's fight to win. UPD though, no movement wasted. They see, okay, we lost Baron, they're definitely gonna go for Cloud to deny us the soul next. Let's take second tier turret topside. So, a consolation prize, if you will, here for UPD. But it seems like they really want to force this issue here with the Baron. They want to force a decision from ADMU. With teleports down from both top laners, this is just going to be who prepared the side lanes better going into this Baron dance.
Yeah, and right now I think LG is really clearing wards as a team. No one is really face checking on their own, but
You don't want to get caught by Levi.
yeah, not again. Not at this point in the game. If Levi manages to find the pick for his team and Baron is up, that's really gonna be a free Baron for UPD. But right now they're on it. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Doing
a
it
ping
quite
is
quickly at that because Levi is at that point where he can teleport coming in from Yobel. Will they choose
Okay.
to finish this and pull the trigger? That is going to be the box pulled through to try and defend them. Julie, though, taking a lot of damage in the front lines. Can they get the finish off on him? That is going to be Levi just barely escaping with his life. Can he get the kill onto Julie? That's going to be Franz taking down Krindle as well. A kill will come through, and it seems like they will sacrifice the Treant to try and get this Baron. They did succeed. What can they do with this?
Okay, so good discipline. That's what I can say from Oblation Esports. The call there was to take the Baron and get out, and that's what they did. As LG Esports managed to take down this tier 1 tower in the mid lane, opening up the map a bit more for them. But I mean, Baron being in the hands of UPD, this is going to enable them to push up all of the lanes first in preparation for this soul point once more. So I think that LG needs to somehow pull the trigger before Oblation Esports manage to push up all of their lanes.
They do have the tools for it. Of course, not quite yet. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow on cooldown Whirlwind as well means that UPD, they're in the driver's seat for the next half minute or so.
Yep. And as I pointed out, Caitlyn being ahead of Ash, I see right now the same thing is happening for the mid lane. Yobel, 60, 50 CS lead on top of this Galio, and this
scary.
Adevia is gonna. I'm pretty sure that if it comes down to a all in sustained team fight, I think LG has the power to
definitely.
turn the tables. He has
Yeah.
Leandris completed now too.
It's gonna be quite dangerous here for UPD to stay in an extended team fight. They need to maybe get a pickup or at least soften someone with Levi or Yobu and then finish them off. And then, yeah, they just have to not let themselves get caught in a choke point as well. So they need to know where the battle is, where the next battle will be.
Oh
And
no,
that's
Julie.
crucial here. Oh, could be dangerous here. Julie, that's gonna be.
He didn't
bad.
have flash
I mean,
there.
Yeah, and that was without Cloud, so UPD just going almost straight for him. Turrets going down here for ADMU means that the Gold Lady is being extended for UPD, making full use of this Baron buff. Look at the damage on that turret. Will ADMU pull the trigger here? This is quite a dangerous position here. They are all clumped up here. Cyclone comes through, knocking up two. That teleport comes in. Franz is going to get taken down by Yobu. He's still quite healthy. He's getting a lot of free hits in. That's going to be the ultimate coming in from Krindle to lock down ADMU. Can Yobu get more hits in?
Stun.
That is going to be Hakao. Oh, that is going to be the death sentence onto Kellogg. Having to flash away here, but a Glacial Storm from Yobel means that UPD has to back off. But still, 1-for-1. And UPD, they have control over this jungle. They're preparing for the Cloud Drake.
Yeah, they didn't manage to take down the inhibitor for the bot lane, but I mean that's pressure, that's lane pressure for them in the bot lane, and that will enable them to I mean I was gonna say enable them to set up first for Drake, but it seems like LG has the same thing in mind. They don't want to give away this soul point just yet.
And this Cloud Drake is gonna be scary. It might not be as scary as Infernal Soul, which is like damage is really what UPD needs later in the game. But with Cloud Soul, it's gonna be tough to lock down Yobu and Levi here. But the dance for the Drake is happening now. Hero's entrance is active here for Oblation Esports. Levi looking for a kill here onto Franz. That clone here coming from Franz really coming in clutch to block in the damage from Taste Their Fear. Traps coming down here from Yobu to lock away Admu's route.
Maokai.
They are gonna go for Blast Zone, Blast Cone here. Does go put a trigger on the Enchanted Crystal Arrow on the Maokai. The knockup from Cyclone not coming through onto Yobu here. Hero's entrance from the Galio is gonna come through as well. Julie running away. He is the next target here. Gets rooted. Does go for the stopwatch, but he's just gonna get shot down here by Yobu, and that's gonna be this Galio making so much space here, dealing so much damage with the Winds of War. This
Levi
Cloud
has
Drake,
1 HP.
1 HP, but can he make something happen here? This is gonna be Yobu getting zoned away
Oh boy.
perfectly by Yobel. But this is gonna be, will it come through? The Drake does
Oh
not
my
get
god.
stolen, and ADMU once again takes away Soul from UPD. Coming in close for this game.
I'm not sure if I'm enjoying this game, Hyron, or this is just
Stressed out.
this game is I'm so stressed right now. I really do not know like what's gonna come out of this game at this point in time because the Anivia is online, the Ash is online, and it seems like UPD is starting to feel the team comp that
Yeah.
LG
2-0 and
has
6 on
picked for
this
them.
Yobel. What is this? Noob Anivia not using passive.
Is
But
this
2-0 and 6?
inspired by Duckman?
Yobel, though, definitely is the key for this comp here. If France can keep UPD within the Glacial Storm with his Cyclone, then that's a lot of damage that Yobel's coming through. And with the wall, Anivia wall, and the Glacial Storm, that could potentially zone away Yobu from the crucial positions in the fight. That's going to be coming in very important in the following team fights here, especially with Baron coming up in the next few minutes. They're already fighting over the territory here. Enchanted Crystal Arrow going on the Rainbow. Not really the target that they were looking to find, but...
Yeah,
oh no, they don't have
Francis-
Enchanted Crystal Arrow for Baron. That
Yeah,
could
I
be
mean-
big here.
It is big, but the slows from Anivia and Ash's
that's way more
passive will,
Yeah.
yeah, that's something that you can't really take away. As Wukong France is split pushing right now. Seems
And
like
doing his job.
LG is actually pressuring UPD right now, and teleport coming in from France. Actually, it's again. I think that it's a bit too early. He could have waited a bit there. That was definitely an advantage for LG's team.
Yeah.
Right now, it is an advantage for UPD because they'd have a TP
Earlier,
up.
earlier UPD was really being pressured there, and ADMU was making them force a decision: either you back off or we fight here in this Baron pit with the Anivia ulti active. And really, I'm liking it. This game has been so close. A Razor's Edge is the name of the game here for UPD versus ADMU. There is the Drake lead, but now it's been pretty much nullified as ADMU has been taking Cloud Drakes away from UPD. The gold lead doesn't matter as much because as long as Yobel is dealing damage and Hakao is given space, it's fine for ADMU.
Just some trivia right now. Last night, I heard Yobel telling us in group chat that he would be 1v1ing Duckman from DLSU just to practice. So not really surprised that he pulled out this Anivia pick. Baka na-inspire nga talaga siya kay Duckman. I mean,
But UPD though, man,
UPD.
their Baron takes are quite slow here. They do have Yobu with the crit items, but if Levi's not wailing on it with his Taste Their Fear, the Baron takes are really, really slow. If you compare it to ADMU with Double Bork,
Yeah.
UPD is the one being pressured here to take this Baron because the longer the game goes, the more time Yobel has to ramp up.
And the problem with that is Levi is on Kha'Zix. He wants to be unseen, but if he invests his resources into taking down the Baron faster, then LG knows where he is. They don't have to have that bearing on the back of their minds. So it turns out to be a pretty straightforward team fight for them. I think that's why LG is having an easier time right now when it comes to contesting Baron. But again, Cloud Soul for the third time in a row. Is this gonna be third time's the charm for UPD? Or is this gonna be third time's the charm for ADMU? Are they going to end up sweeping Oblation Esports right now? And Tier 2 boots on Yobel right now finally decides to build that item, and may Zonias na rin siya. I don't know how
So much safety.
how Oblation Esports will manage to take down this bird. Duck is what was that thing? This Anib is gonna be quacking in the faces of UPD right now.
And with the amount of protection that it's not even like straight up protection, just with the karma. It's just the fact that there's so much disruption and damage coming from Julie and France. Levi,
Oh,
though, might
Levi.
be trouble, is gonna escape the without too much of a scratch. They need to take the Scuttle Shrine here, make space for themselves. But these trap lines are getting taken down by ADMU fast. It seems like
Here we
ADMU
go.
is pulling the trigger here. They're in the pit. This is prime real estate for Yobel, and Solis is gonna get the Cloud Soul as well. Julie is almost gonna get taken down here, but that's gonna be Cyclone knocking up members of UPD. Hero's Entrance comes through as well. Julie is gonna go down. Kellogg's gonna go down as well. Franz will be slain here by UPD, and Levi at this point has think he's found his groove here.
Yobel.
Yobu as well has been shooting them down. Levi and Solis, shit, this could be the first death here for Yobel. Still tanking even in egg form, but that is gonna be a shutdown onto Levi, and this is
This is game.
disaster for ADMU. This is actually gonna be game. Possibly only Julie is and Kellogg will be alive for the next 20 seconds, and UPD, they found the fight that they needed at this point in the game. It's the basically the straw that breaks the camel's back at that point. So much back and forth. UPD and ADMU trying to outmaneuver each other, trying to out pressure each other, but in the end, UPD is the one that comes out on top, maintains the 4-0 standing, putting LG Esports at a 2-2, and just right behind FIT in the final standings for the group.
Right, and unfortunately, LG, they put off a good. They were able to give a good fight to Oblation Esports, but that last clash, I think play of the game has to go to Solis right there. He stayed in the base for that empowered movement speed, teleporting, and just running at the backline of LG Esports, managing to taunt them.
The Winds
Yeah,
of
the
War
taunt.
as well. Can't underestimate the damage from Winds of War, but definitely the taunt and the hero's entrance coming in was clutch. And wow, Solace has been such a deciding factor for UPD's undefeated streak here in Predator Alliance League 2020 summer. Like uh like his previous picks here, Corky, Swain, Jace, all of them have been very, very impactful in Oblation Esports games. Actually, I think every single member of Oblation Esports has been performing quite well for the past Predator Alliance League, especially Alto, even Yobu here. No deaths on this Caitlyn in this game.
Yeah, and you can really feel the synergy that Oblation Esports has pulled together over these past games. In terms of taking objectives, they're all on the same point. All of the champions that they're picking, they're utilizing them to their utmost capability, and it pays off. What gave UPD that really substantial early mid game lead was Levi, of
Yeah,
course, on that
Levi as
Kha'Zix
well,
man.
playing out of his mind early. He kind of plateaued later in the game, but then he just popped off again once LG scattered because of Yobu and of course Solace. That's the prime time for Levi to start taking heads. And yeah, congratulations for Oblation Esports. In this group, they have secured the first seed with a 4-0 undefeated streak, and FIT will be the second seed for the group. Unfortunately for LG, this is the end of their journey for Predator Alliance League 2020 summer. And for Hakao, it was definitely a good game. If it is his last game in collegiate, then that has to be a commendable game as well. But of course, I think that's enough time that we've had for our second game. Let's wrap up because we still have two more games here to finish off the other group, the Group B for Predator Alliance League 2020 Summer. We've been your shoutcasters for this League of Legends exciting game. I am Hiron. With me was Zerk, and we'll see if USC remains undefeated after a short